Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke. What are the odds? Today I'm wearing my Normandy vs. the Reapers shirt. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize probably in every one of these videos. I'm sorry it's so dark. I have to film at night and I don't have any special lights, so this is just what you gotta deal with. I think we can overcome it though, you guys. Together we can overcome. I believe in us. Anyway, enough of that. It's time for a book review. And this review is for A Conjuring of Light, which is the third book in the, what is it, Shades of Magic or something like that? Trilogy? I can't remember what the trilogy is even called. If you are interested in my thoughts and feelings on the first two books in this series, links in the doobly-doo to those reviews. To give you a basic overview, I found the first book fairly enjoyable, the second book really unnecessary and incredibly boring, and let's now talk about the third book. How did I feel about it? Initial response? This book just drives home how completely pointless Gathering of Shadows was. Like, all it did was introduce Alucard, and we could have introduced Alucard in this book. It would have been fine. A big problem that I had in this book is it's supposed to be an exciting finale, and I never felt that any of the characters were in danger. I was never worried for any of the main characters. They go into a dangerous situation, and I'd be like, ho hum, they'll get out of it. And yeah, they did. One thing that I guess was a little good was that we finally got more of Holland, who is potentially the only interesting character, at least to me, except for, I call him Kel's Conrad Werner, and I always forget his name, but he is the guy who owns the bar in, like, is it Grey London, the one that doesn't have any magic? I love that guy. I wish that he was given a bigger part. He's such a pointless character, but damn it, I love him. So him and Holland are the reason I was powering through this book. So, most of you know that I found Lila in the previous book to be kind of frustrating because she was just the very best like no one ever was. And she still is, but at least she's wandering around with a couple of other badasses, so it's not quite as distinct. But it's still there. She's still the special. Everyone just kind of rolls with it. She's like, yes, I am the very best. And they're like, you're right, Lila, you are. And I'm just like, sure. Sure, Lila. For a big exciting climax, stuff just kind of happens and it's very convenient. They have to defeat this evil god thing. And they find out a way that they're gonna do it with this, like, magic ring, just randomly, like, in a pawn shop, and they find it and they just get it on a whim, and it's the thing that helps them win. And I was like, what? Total MacGuffin, and I was not a fan. There are way too many viewpoint characters in this book. Why was Alucard ever a viewpoint character? He did not need to be. I'm fine with multiple viewpoint books. I'm not in love with them like some people are, but I don't dislike them if they're done well. But this one had way too many viewpoint characters. We needed to narrow it down, to tighten it up, and focus in. Because it was all over the place. Who is Kel? What is his personality? We have been following this boy for 3 books now. For such an important character in these books, Kel is so sadly underdeveloped. I need characters, you guys. You all know that characters make a book for me, and this just doesn't have it. And the world building in this book is pretty meh. The other Londons are barely used. Honestly, this book is a sad shadow of the potential that was brought to us in the first book. The first book had so much promise and so many interesting, intricate things, multiple Londons to explore, Kel as this, like, scavenger, smuggler guy going between dimensions and this potential threat in this other dimension, and I really wanted them to go to that, like, London where the big monster bad guy came from, and did they? I don't think they did. So it was really kind of disappointing. Overall, yes, disappointed is how I felt about this third book. While it did wrap up quite a few of the threads at least, and I didn't hate the ending fight, whatever, as much as some people did, and I also thought that some of the things that they did were kind of clever, like putting all of the people to sleep so they couldn't be taken over by the monster. Although while that was clever, it did take away a lot of the threat. There was a lack of stakes in this book, and I think that was the biggest problem for me. I didn't really like any of the characters, and there were no real feeling of stakes. I think that V.E.Schwab and I just don't really mesh. Jane is here, and he also agrees with me because he has to. I think V.E.Schwab really likes ideas and worlds and doesn't really get into her characters as well as she should. She often just tells us that characters are a certain way and doesn't ever bother to necessarily prove it. Other people love her, but she's probably just not the author for me. But at least I gave her a good try and read all of these books. So did you read this series? What did you think about it? Comment below and let me know. And hey, what are some other fantasy series that are more character-based and character-driven? Because I'm always on the lookout for new fantasy books to read, especially really character-focused ones. Remember, everybody, that I post new videos Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo. Check those out down below, kind of down where Jane is. You can't see him, but he's down there, trust me, amongst the comments. Go find him. And I will see all of you guys again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!